Today I'm going to be bringing you a guide on food in one's human and the food buffs that some of this food provides, namely two items that we're going to be looking at here today, which are going to boost your XP and also an item that is going to boost your acid drop rate. Both of these things are going to be super useful, and this is just going to be a quick guide on how you can get them and how you can find the materials to craft them. If you find it useful and informative, please do drop me a like and a subscribe down below, as both of those things are massively appreciated. And without further ado, let's jump into the video. So first things first, in order to unlock these, you're going to need to get your way down to dishes 3 on the logistics memetics tab here. This one is going to unlock you all of these purple recipes, with the ones we're looking at today being the orange pie. This one is used to increase character XP gain from defeating monsters by 25%, and this lasts for half an hour. And we're also going to be looking at this one here, the preserved deviated chops. This one is used to increase acid gain by 50% when defeating deviants, again for half an hour. Now this is going to be two very important pieces that I think a lot of people will want to be using, either to get the way to max level now that it is unlocked pretty much, and as well get yourself some extra acid, which a lot of us are needing to craft tungsten and such like that. So this is going to be super important. It's worth noting that with dishes 3 you also unlock Stardust pumpkin soup. This one gives you a load increase. You've got shellfish meat, which gives weakening hex, which is when hitting enemies it grants vulnerability of plus 5% on the target for 10 seconds. You've Stardust Ratatouille. This one used to increase the character's move speed by 20% and reduce stamina consumption by 50% when sprinting. The iced tea, which roll speed plus 25% and movement speed plus 20% for 2 seconds after rolling. The fruit sanity capsule, this one gives you a 20% increase to pollution resistance. The Stardust mushroom stew, which gives you max stamina of plus 20% and a stamina recovery speed of plus 30%. The canned meat here, which gives you an increase of character shrapnel damage by 20%. This is great with some endgame weapons. And of course canned lunch meat here, which gives you increase of max HP by plus 10%. There's some really good stuff on here. I'm primarily going to be focusing on these two. So first things first, we're going to be looking at the orange pie here. This one is going to give us the XP boost from killing enemies by 25%. This is very useful and is going to be super good if you aren't already max level, which most players are still leveling up. It's really cool. Now what you need for this is bananas, apples and grapes. Now there's a couple of places I have found to get these, and I'm going to show you on the map where they are. So if you go all the way over to Mayor's Market, which is the second settlement you unlock, directly to the left of this, or to the west, there is a teleportation tower just to the right hand side of Sunbury. This one here has banana trees on it, so if you teleport over, take with you a logging chainsaw. It's going to net you a lot more income from these materials when we are harvesting them from trees. So that's going to be for the apples and for the bananas, as well as coconuts if you're going after those for recipes as well. And the banana trees spawn right here. You do want to make sure that they have got the fruit on, like you can see the bananas just there. And then once you harvest these, you will be able to of course pick some up. You'll see on the left side of my screen there in a moment. You get some bananas going on, and then you can use those for this recipe. As well, don't forget that you can go over to the teleportation device and switch to another world if you want to farm these on a continuous basis or get a few stockpiled, but do bear in mind that they will go out of date, or they will spoil, or whatever you want to call it, after 24 hours or less if you put them in a fridge, but they do still eventually spoil. Now in terms of the grapes and the apples, the teleporter that I have found to be the best one for this is directly northeast of the Tall Grass Inn, or directly north of the Monolith of Thirst, which is the Shadowhound boss battle. The teleporter that is directly above these, just below the brewery workshop and to the right of the Evergreen Vineyard, which is this one right here. Unfortunately it is nighttime right now, but if I show you, we can see the grapes look like this. The trees right here, they're actually easier to see in the night with the light on there. You can see the little purple grapes. You go over to those and you can grab them. There is one bush right here, and there's also another bush that can spawn just up here, which you'll see is this one right here. And then the apple trees are spread around. You'll see them, they are literally with the rosy red apples on. You go up again with the logging chainsaw to get the maximum yield from these, and you'll see on the left side of my screen I'm getting them. There is also another apple tree, 2 of them right there that you can grab, as well as some others jotted about if you want to go looking. Again, this is the fastest location I have found because you can simply go back to here, switch to a different world, grab the other 2 grapes and another 3 apple trees, or 4 apple trees, whatever it is that spawns here, and go again and continuously switch until you've got all of the required materials, and that will allow you to create the orange pies. As you can see there, we now have all of the required materials, and we can of course craft these to give us that XP gain. Now the next thing we're going to be looking at here is of course the preserved deviated chops. It's worth noting that these are just any meat that is required for this first one. Again, each different meat can give it a different boost or no bonus effect, but that is just going to be depending on what you can get hands on with. Honestly, just get whatever you can find and then use that to do the first bit. Deer meat seems to be the most common thing people can find, so I would go with that one. Then you need salt. Salt is very easily obtainable. All you need to do is get hands on with some salt water, which is going to be from the sea. If your base isn't next to it, just head over and grab some and then use it in the stove or the kitchen set or whatever stage of the game you are at. Pop it in here and you will eventually make some salt. And then the final thing that you need is peppercorn. Now peppercorn can be bought from a vendor, which I'll show you in just a moment. And then once you have bought it, you need to actually plant the seeds and grow the peppercorn yourself. So it's not that straightforward compared to the other one, which you can just farm on repeat. These ones over here are the peppercorns I'm currently growing. If I go into it, you can see they sit between 50 and 90 at the optimal irrigation and the optimal lighting between 70 and 100. I very highly recommend getting these grow lights and attaching them to some sort of power supply so that you continuously grow your peppercorn very easily. If you've got the Rain Man Deviant, he can come out here and irrigate the crops for you. It's very, very useful. If you haven't, like I haven't on this PvP account, I did on my PvE, but not this one. So you're going to have to go over and pop some water in yourself, but they do stay at a pretty optimal level whilst it's one cycle of growing the crop. Now it is worth noting that you can go to the Blackfell settlement, head over and speak to Lacey, where you can actually buy 3 peppercorn on a daily limit here for 50 energy links each, so literally nothing at all. You can buy these, and also you can buy the peppercorn seeds from her. These are actually going to cost you 1,000 each, so nothing crazy. If you are struggling with money, feel free to look on my channel. I've got a guide on all of the best ways that you can actually earn energy links, which is the currency in Once Human there, so you can check that one out for yourselves if you do want to. But these are going to cost you 3,000 for all 3 of them, and you can only buy 3 per week. So this is going to be important to get started with the farm, but it's worth noting that you can buy them from this settlement. There may be other ways to get your hands on some peppercorn or some peppercorn seeds, but I actually haven't found any other ways than just buying it from the NPC. So if you have found another way, please do leave us a comment down below and let us know how you've done it so we can all improve together as a community here on the channel. And then once you've crafted the acid boost food, the next question I'm going to preempt is probably where is the best area to go for this. Many people in the community are saying this area just outside of the Blackfell Stadium seems to be the most densely populated with decently high level mobs around the level 40 mark there, and so this is where people are suggesting that you go in order to do this. You could also try some of these silos, like for example the Theta silo up here, which has got the Stardust Touch mobs or the zombie type mobs in the game. Those are obviously the ones that are going to drop you the acid, so this is a decent silo to do if you want to find those as well. You could try that and see which works better for you. I've had mixed results. Some people say the silos, some people say this area, so let me know what you try if you have already done this before and you know what you're doing, or once you've tried it, let me know which has the best results for you. Then once you have got all of these materials, like I've just shown you how to get there, you can of course go over here and you can craft your preserved deviated chops. This is of course going to give us that acid gain plus 50%. It does say this decays over time, again spoiled after 24 hours after acquisition, so pop in a fridge if you're not going to use it straight away, or make sure you use it within that time so it doesn't spoil. But other than that, you've got it and you're good and you are ready to go. So that is going to be it for this video. This is how you can get hands on with the orange pie and the deviated chops to boost both your XP or to boost your acid gain from mobs. So hopefully you can have a better time of leveling up quicker or getting more of this acid, whatever it is that you're trying to do at the moment in Once Human. If you found this video useful and informative, please do drop me a like and a subscribe down below, as both those things massively help out me and the channel. And other than that, I will catch you again very shortly on a brand new upload. Take care and peace.